Hey guys, this is Cherry Doom. I just wanted to give you a little bit of context about this episode. This is our analysis of the 50 Shades of Grey movie trailer that was released a few months ago. I suggest you watch it before you listen to the episode. It's not required, but it will definitely help you understand what we're talking about. So just go to YouTube and search for 50 Shades of Grey official trailer. And I'll also put a link in the episode description to make sure you get the right one. And, enjoy 45 minutes of us talking about 2 minutes of footage.
Holy cats! So freaking good! Hey, it's the trailer edition.
Yeah, this is
This is
the trailer. Oh,
trailer. This is Churls.
And this is Chad.
Okay, well, anyways.
All right. So, yeah, the trailer came out a couple weeks ago.
So this is just an interview for the newspaper. I just have a couple of questions.
Mr. Grey will see you now.
So, the trailer opens with Anastasia in the elevator going to interview Christian. So that's true to the book and everything. There's a bunch of blondes guiding her through like a big corporate maze.
I have to say that Andrea, I think, is who that is. She's Christian's assistant. She looks fucking great.
She looks fabulous. I mean,
she's got a very amazing gray suit that I love.
I think her face is really interesting and beautiful too. But anyway, so Andrea guides her through the corporate maze, and like I was sort of like at this point like Anastasia's outfit, like what happening? What
is happening?
I'll tell you. I have repeatedly come back to this. The question of Anastasia's outfit. I don't like the way that they made Anastasia look in the beginning of the movie / trailer. It's silly to think that Anastasia, like, given her build, what is the actor's name? I'm sorry.
Dakota Johnson.
Okay, Dakota Johnson. She is probably over average height and average weight. Maybe, like, a little underweight, because I don't know the actual stats of, like, America. But, like, you would have to do, like, an active conceit to choose a sweater that dwarfs you, like, and to find clothes that don't fit you. Even if you're borrowing clothes from your friends, like...
Considering the frump lord that Anna is, why is it bad that she's wearing a frump suit in this? So that to contrast it to, you know, the amazing things that she'll be borrowing from Kate later.
But she's already borrowing things from Kate canonically. That's the problem I have with this.
I think she might only be borrowing
the jacket, which doesn't exist here.
Which I don't think that is, yeah.
Okay, she can look frump lord, but there has to be some kind of compelling reason for Christian Grey, multimillionaire, to stoop down to her level and be like, I am looking at you.
Because she fell. We don't see that part in the trailer.
Only that. That's
I mean, that's
so
basically it. Like, she looks like my mom, and she fell. Better fuck her.
Better fuck her.
What was he like?
He was polite,
Intense, smart, really intimidating. Do you have any interests outside of work?
What about you? I'd like to know more about you.
There's really not much to know about me. Look at me.
I am.
They have sort of been trying to hide Christian's face this whole time when she walks in, and then they reveal it.
Yeah, okay, like, they have it where Anna is, like, sitting in front of the desk, and he crosses in front of the desk. You don't see his face. They have him standing at the window looking out. You don't see his face. They have him sitting down at the desk, and then they unfocus the shot right as his head comes into frame.
Yeah.
Then they have his fingers...
Yeah, he's, like, squeezing or, like, tapping the desk or whatever.
Yeah.
And
then they finally, and then Anna's like, I'm not interesting, I mean, look at me. And then they they show Christian looking at her, he says, I am. And then Anastasia's like,
okay.
Anyway, so yeah, what about his face?
It's the most unthreatening and normal cute guy face ever. When I imagined Christian Grey, I imagined him to look more evil all the time, like a sort of a more evil expression. And
Do you feel like Robert Pattinson would have been a good-looking choice? Not maybe.
Well, Okay.
Maybe not necessarily good acting, even though he's an okay actor sometimes.
It's funny you mentioned Pattinson because later I said I know that what she was going was for more of like a Robert Pattinson thing, where because he has the ability to emote and look very threatening, but without much work. Whereas Jamie Dornan is like he's just like a sweet boy man.
I mean, he did play a murderer in The Fall, which is very good. But part of the reason he was so good at it was because he looked like just
innocuous.
a normal dude. Yeah.
He just looks like a puppy most of the time.
Especially without the facial hair he had in The Fall.
This is not to say that he like doesn't look like a man or something, because he does, but he also just has like a boyish cuteness. Like a lot of the time,
he literally looks like a puppy, and that's the problem.
He's
literal
just got
puppy. These huge floppy ears.
These huge floppy ears and a wet nose and his cute little paws.
He's just his tongue's always out wagging. He's got this wide toothy smile, and they go in the elevator and he just starts licking Anna's face like a puppy.
Face,
it's like what's going on here? I thought they were going to cast a human, not a dog.
Well, I would disagree with you and say he does not look so much like a puppy, but more like her concerned older brother, like a lot of the time. Like
like in most of the shots, he looks worried.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's supposed to look like maybe spellbounded or maybe awestruck. You're like, why do I like this girl so much?
Maybe Jamie Dornan read the book and he's like, oh, I get it. So he's just always worried about not just suddenly fucking her. So he's just like, I can't do it.
But it's not like worried in like a like anxiety. It's like worried like I sure hope everything's gonna work out for you, young sister. Like it's me, your older brother who's rich, and I'm gonna make it work for you. And
you're having financial problems. Tell me about your financial problems.
Yeah, like things will get better for you. I've been down the block, but they'll get even better when I fuck you. Like
I've been down the block when my chauffeur drove me, and then I got back and I was like, man, that block sucks. I should buy it.
Okay, so more about Jamie Dornan. But in the context, God, I always forget her name. I'm such a loser.
Dakota Johnson.
Okay, Dakota Johnson. Jamie Dornan looks like, just in terms of age, like I say in that shot, maybe like a really hot 24-year-old or 26-year-old, maybe, like around that age. And then you switch to Anastasia, you switch to Dakota Johnson. She looks way older. Like I do not mind. Like I like the split.
Actually, Oh, sorry. One of my notes is that there's a lot of shots where Dakota Johnson looks like Charlotte Gainsbourg, who's like 44.
That's funny. Yeah,
Dakota Johnson is only 24.
I know.
Hey, and she's born in Austin.
Hey, she's my age. That's amazing.
It's actually, that's why I thought it was funny that you put that Lars von Trier note, because I think at one point I did mention just like if they made the movie, it would like Dogma 95, unsimulated sex and stuff like that. And then also she looks like Charlotte Gainsbourg, which is like, they should just throw.
I mean, that's why I added that note. Because you mentioned Charlotte Gainsbourg.
I'm aware of the divide in movies where the man is supposed to be older than the woman. Like, you get like 40-year-olds cast in romantic roles for men and like 21-year-olds cast in romantic roles for women. And so as far as that goes, like it's good that she looks like she does here. But just like in terms of like what is the dynamic supposed to be and like what is this supposed to be, it's like it stands out really well. Or it stands out really too much because Jamie Dornan just looks so young. Like, he has like a bit of a boyish face, can we say that? And she definitely looks more like a woman. So I just find that weird, considering.
To what do you owe your success?
I exercise control in all things, Miss Steele.
It must be really boring.
The next part of the trailer is when, by the way, the music gears up into some ominous shit, and then we see a shot of the Heathman.
I have to say, I really like this version of Crazy in Love. I think it sounds really interesting and, foreboding, which is cool.
It sounds more artistic.
It should be in a better movie.
Yeah. We're at the Heathman, and it's the photo shoot. Looks like they've even got a craft services table over there.
Yeah, I think
very
they
back,
do.
at 53 seconds.
I feel like you could not have picked a more depressing-looking set. And I'll explain. The ceiling is super low. It feels like really claustrophobic for some reason, which is weird. It's just like narrow and very wide.
This is like the nitpickiest thing, but in the book they set this up in one of the suites, and in this they've like used a whole ballroom for this tiny photo shoot that doesn't even take up half this room. Which is weird.
It is weird.
I think I can tell that it's because they wanted to have a wide shot. Like there probably were a lot of close-in shots of like Anna and stuff, and then getting to the hotel and being in the hotel. So they wanted to have a shot that contrasted with all that was wide and felt open. So they put it in a ballroom.
It doesn't feel open though.
I know. It's because it's the length, or like the depth is so flat.
Yeah.
Like everything's crushed together and it's far away. Yeah.
It feels like the inside of a spooky ham sandwich.
Yeah.
So to speak more about the photography, is Jose taking shots with a modified iPhone? This is at 54 seconds. I'm not a photographer. I don't know what he's doing.
That's a light meter.
Oh, it's a light meter?
Yeah. He's measuring the light and like the color balance.
In the shot before, you can see he's got a big camera.
Yeah, I should have looked at it harder. But anyways, so I was repeatedly playing 52 seconds to 55 seconds to get a look at Jose, because they never include any like shots of him where he's the subject. So
well, he's not the subject of the book.
Well, I know, but I just mean like the subject of the shot. Like it's always someone else.
Yeah, it's Jose.
Well, sure, but it's so like it's almost like offensive how they like never ever focus on it. I don't know.
Yeah,
so,
it's like almost like he's treated the way he's treated in the book.
A side
Jose,
character.
My best friend that tried to assault me.
Like even when when he's like having dialogue with characters, like they just blur out his face and focus on someone. That would be really funny, but they would never do that.
This weird digitally altered, like voice from off screen.
Like, stop bothering me right now.
He looks way older than I pictured him because of how he acts in the books. Like he acts like a child, and like
he is younger than Anastasia.
Yeah, but like in my mind, I guess I always pictured him as being like a short teenager, because he just acts like such a like needy like teen or child.
I definitely was expecting a more cuter Jose, not like a handsome Jose, because he looks like a man there. Like he does not look like a 19-year-old or 20-year-old or whatever.
Would Jacob have made Taylor Lautner have made a good Jose?
Absolutely.
He would have made a fucking smoking Jose.
Yeah, that's so true.
In fact, they probably made him this guy because there would be way more Team Jose if he was in the movie, and there's actually no,
there's literally no
rivalry
Team Jose
at all. So,
okay, just some parting words about this section. I'd like to draw your attention to the blue and gray motif again. Look how fucking boring it is. And also, when he's doing the light meter on Christian, it's like there's like a stack of chairs on a dolly in the background. Like, yeah, I really wanted to see that. Like, thanks a lot.
I don't know what they're trying to convey. Like, yep, this is an empty ballroom.
This sure is an empty hotel.
But
okay.
They're not using, and they're giving to Christian for some reason because he's rich, I guess. Like, why? Ugh, God. Why are they even in this hotel?
Yeah, why couldn't they have done it outside?
I'm gonna make a really mean guess here and say that, like...
I mean, they actually filmed this at the Heathman, so maybe this is all they could get.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing that, like, it was...
The budget.
That, like, they had minimal set dressing, and then when they were, like, taking, like, doing, like, shot analysis... There was like that chairs in the back, like when they're setting up, there were just those chairs in the background. They were just left there accidentally, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll keep it." Like that's character.
The next shot, there's a couple other like quick shots or whatever, and like there's one in a car, and then there's one with like they're walking in a forest or whatever, and like the forest shot is so fucking boring. Like they could have made it almost good, but then they threw like a ton of blue light into it. Like, stop being so married to your goddamn aesthetic. Make it orange like a late sun in the afternoon, and stop being a piece of shit. Okay?
Alright.
Whoever did this, director, stop it. When they're in the coffee shop, another look at Anastasia's fashions. Her jacket's nice, but her scarf is not worth my time.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it was like a keffiyeh, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But it's not. It's like
it's an
like
old lady scarf.
Like a China pattern Dutch.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
An extra pouch of skin that she has that sometimes shows up, and she's... Yeah, really embarrassed.
I kind of wonder if maybe E.L. James had like a heavy hand in picking what Anastasia wore, because like it could have been like, yes, just like I would dress, but younger.
She just gave her pieces of her own wardrobe.
Yeah, like that's kind of the sense I get.
Oh, there's a shot of Christian. He doesn't look very handsome in this shot.
No, he doesn't.
Say the time
he looks a little like worried or maybe even patronizing.
Yeah,
or condescending or something.
She says it must be really boring, and then it goes to a shot of him looking like really uncompelled, like, oh.
But he's really thinking, you have no idea.
Yeah,
He
like
just watched her. He just watched her make her tea, and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
yeah, it kind of does look like just like the way his mouth is like yeah.
He also closes one eye a little bit more in a lot of these
Yeah.
shots. I'm sure that's just like a tick, but it gives him a kind of like scrutinizing look,
Yeah, it does.
maybe.
I'm incapable of leaving you alone.
Then don't.
It's an elevator door closing on Christian and Anastasia. Real quick, that's a good jacket. The shirt, you can see it in a later shot. It's good, but the two combined, I'm just kind of bored by it. Like, the sleeves are really cool. You'll see later. So she looks good here. For once.
I agree.
Not for once. Sorry, that was so rude. But when he's closing in on her, she's like, "Bah," like she has her mouth open.
She's panting. She's very turned on by him.
No, she's not. Look, she's clearly not. She's looking at him like, And you know what? You can only open your mouth when you're panting with pleasure and can't control yourself. Like, you don't open it any other time.
I
No.
think
She
that's
does
a
actually
very
pant,
short.
though.
She in the
She
shot
does go-
before. She's. I think you're judging on a very short amount of time before
Okay,
he
I'm gonna
slams
look.
his mouth into her.
Yeah, she goes,
Before she crashes his mouth right into her face.
okay, like a wave on the shore.
While a man plays the trumpet in the background.
Like a ska
Jazz-
trumpet.
Yeah, there's a jazz festival advertisement or something in the background of the
I see.
elevator.
It just isn't. I just don't like that open mouth thing. Everybody does that and they think it's cool. Or just like sitting and listening and going like, I really don't like that. I hope I don't do that. Anyways.
So they're kissing. He's moving her hands up to the wall.
It's like, well, Anastasia, I know I'm your big brother, but actually I'm adopted. So let's have a nice kiss. And I guess my problem with
Oh no,
Jamie...
it's just like my Japanese anime.
It's just like my Japanese animes. My problem with...
Boy.
Oh boy.
They kiss. There's a thing that says the worldwide phenomenon. Yeah. So the next shot, it's Anna walking up to Charlie Tango. And I like this jacket a lot, actually. It's a sort of brown leather motorcycle jacket almost.
Oh, I had talked about the jacket. I like the jacket. I think that the metal details shouldn't be so shiny because it looks like cheap.
And then
110.
there's,
This is 110?
Yeah. Christian's standing by his elevator. He's smiling. Legs looking a little short. That's okay.
Wait, where? Standing by the elevator? Don't you mean the
Sorry,
helicopter?
the helicopter. But they both go up and down.
Okay, so I have like huge rants all the time about skin tones in my notes. Jamie Dornan's skin tone looks good. Dakota Johnson's skin tone looks bad. They continually make her look like really waxy and zombie-like, and like he looks like really healthy and nice. And you see, he's copying the color combinations of like her initial outfit, like when the trailer opens, like it's blue, like different shade of blue, whitish shirt, different shade of blue. But he looks really good when he does it. And I just attribute this to Christian being better at everything that Anastasia can do. By the way, there's a single shot of Taylor. This is the only shot of Taylor we get in the
There's
whole...
actually two. There's a shot of him in the car driving Christian.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
you can like
I didn't
very,
even
very
see that.
briefly see him.
Less than a second, yeah.
You'll have to tell me when we get to it.
We've already passed it.
Oh, we already
It's,
passed it? It's the one where they're in the car? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like translucent. You can't really.
It's
make
at
out any
55, 56.
He looks older. He kind of
Yeah.
doesn't seem like he has a crew cut. It seems like it's a 5 o'clock shadow, too, which is very uncharacteristic, given his clean-cut description in the book.
True.
Charlie Tango, I was thinking it would be a more macho helicopter, but that's okay. This is a cool helicopter.
It's a modern helicopter or something.
I was thinking that it would look more like a kid's birthday helicopter. Lots of bright colors and some balloons attached. I don't know. The way Anna characterizes it, she's just like, it's Charlie Tango.
By the
it's
way-
this
Oh,
really
like cute little
appealing.
helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
How come the helicopter balloon was not in this trailer? It is an integral character in the book. Anyways, so I skipped ahead to 112 to where they're dancing. Do you guys have anything else to say for the previous? Okay.
Nope.
I cannot believe they kept this shot. Christian looks so stupid. Like, his mouth is like... It's
Everybody's
like,
mouth is open.
everyone's mouth is open, but his mouth, like, he has,
Oh,
like,
he's
these
doing
weird...
a weird little smile, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... underbite smile. Or overbite smile, I can't remember which. So we play forward a couple microseconds. Anastasia has an interesting top /
Yeah.
dress on.
It's got like an old lady's 70s, like, you know those blouses
blouse,
that
yeah.
have like the tie, the
I
bow
do.
on the front. Yeah.
I have one like that, actually.
I had a rough start in life. You should steer clear of me.
And then I think the next shot is Anna walking across the room to him at the piano. And I just want to say something about, like, okay, this is almost certainly a set. And if you look at the skybox that they have outside, it looks like shit.
It does look like shit.
It's
Chad,
so red.
It's
Can I get
super
with you on
pink.
this?
It's like Drive.
I have,
Yeah.
I wrote down a lot of angry notes. This is what I said. What a hideous ass shot and set. This is the most manipulated backdrop I've ever seen in my fucking life. The lighting in the shot is also really bad. If it was me directing this movie, I would approach with the camera diagonally behind and to the left of where Anastasia is, and then have some lighting above on Dornan coming down on him. I don't know if that's corny. I'm sorry, like the piano with the spotlight thing.
He was actually spotlighted in the book, wasn't he? Like, didn't
Yes,
she
he was.
say he
Yes.
was spotlighted? Yeah.
Like, it looks good. And then, okay, so that shot where she's, like, walking up in the sheet and he's on the piano, the focus is on the middle third, and nobody is in the middle third of the scene.
Yep.
Dornan isn't lit at all. If
I
anything...
think it might be to
What?
emphasize the distance between them emotionally.
The distance.
They could have just taken a wider shot, though, instead of doing it in thirds like this.
I would love
Right.
to see a shot where they're like both tiny, taking up less than 1/3 of the height of the shot, and this gigantic fucking room.
It's just the whole movie is just like a time lapse of Seattle, and then occasionally you can see them, and they're just like highlighted, There's little circles around them.
Right after this shot, he does look a little bit more evil like he should be. So I think what really needed to happen was that they need to light Jamie Dornan properly. Because, like, in the scene coming up, they light his face in such a way that he does look ominous. And they needed to do that more. Yeah, he's leaning on the piano and he's looking up and it's like,
Her.
Okay, well, back on like the wide shot, they're very clearly the reason that he's not lit. I think he's much more shadowed. And even the lighting around the window by Anna, exactly. Like,
It's
she's wearing a white
erratic.
sheet. She's wearing a white sheet. The window framing Anna is lighter than the window framing Christian, and Christian's playing like a dark piano and he's shadowed. Like, it's like,
But they could have even done that better.
yeah, they could have, but like, you know,
Like, by not lighting the whole backdrop
This-
pinkish.
the movie needed to come out.
Also, these are two different times that he's at the piano. Because
Yeah.
the first
Yeah,
time he's
one's
wearing
got a shirt. Yeah.
I don't know when that happened, but yeah. Next, he's running for some reason. I don't know
It's
when
like-
this took place. I think this is just like
It never.
maybe
They're
this
just
is like
trying to
this
make
is
him look
Anna
like a
going
mother.
out about her day, and then this is Christian running around on up here.
Yeah, I think so.
This is very reminiscent of The Fall because he wears a hoodie to kill ladies and that.
Yeah. And then there's like the voiceover of like, you should steer clear of me. Sorry, I'll say it without the speech impediment. You should steer clear of me. Like, while he's running away. So that's like, you know, that's kind of thematic. Like, he's running away. Like, he's telling you to avoid him.
This is just Christian's daily, like, outside menace, where he goes outside and menaces the populace.
I really want to talk about this next shot.
Yeah, talk about it.
Jose is got his hands around Anna's face, and he's about to kiss her, and then Christian fucking elbows him very hard out of the way.
Right, this is
Yeah.
not what happened in the book.
Almost tackles him,
Yeah.
and like shoves him away very
I thought
hard.
this is one of the few examples of Jamie Dornan being like an amazing actor, because like he looks like how you would imagine Christian. Like he has like this horrible angry face. If you pause at if you pause at the end of 122, he has this horrible angry face and like doesn't look like a boring piece of shit.
That's my woman!
That's my woman. And then Anastasia, if you look at the same like the very end of 122, she's like, yeah.
Which is not what happened in the book, and Christian's
She was
like, I
barfing.
believe she said no, and then
He steps out of the shadows and goes, I think
the lady
you'll
said
find
no.
Milady is
Milady.
upset at your advances.
Milady said no.
I'll ask you to keep your hands off milady.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess just to make this feel more threatening, or like Christian more possessive or something.
Well, it just feels like a better moment than him being like, I think I told you to leave milady alone, and then like having her barf.
I don't do romance. My tastes are very singular. You wouldn't understand.
So we have a short erotic interlude.
Okay, I can't tell whose room this is.
It's Anastasia's. It's a very grey kissu in Anastasia's room.
Yeah, but they've just had sex, and Anastasia did, I'm assuming for the first time, but Anastasia slept with him in his bed.
No,
in that.
no, I think this is
That's
after
right before
that.
she finds him at the piano, isn't it?
Right,
No.
but she wakes up in his bed.
No.
Yes.
This is when he comes to her house and spanks her.
This is not her room.
This is not her room.
No
This is
fucking
her-
way.
Yeah, this is her room in Christian's place.
No.
This is the room I was
Oh,
talking
now
about.
I
Like,
I
this
mean, it
room
must
looks
be
like-
because there's like a vanity
Yeah.
No, I
and
just-
I think
with
like,
girl stuff at it, but
this room looks like crap too.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
the room
It
I
looks
was
fucking
talking
horrible.
about.
but it
looks
was
like
all
shit.
white.
Yeah, no, I just think like the way the room's decorated, like how much
It's
space
ugly.
the room looks
Yeah.
like it has, it's just ugly. Like it doesn't look well put together.
Can I speak about something here, which is the skin tone again? This is what I mean about like making people look good. She's in a gray and kind of like coolly lit area, but she looks healthy and pink and stuff. Like that's what I want to see.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was wrong. I thought it was her room. But going on. Then we go to the family dinner. We see the family. Anastasia starts to look very good here. She looks pretty cute. They did not
It's
partner
her
her in the middle like she's
transformation.
a fucking child. Not to yell at anybody who parts their hair in the middle, but like on a lot of people it does not look good. And Dakota Johnson is one of those people who should not do a middle part, if you ask me.
This is very interesting. The room looks a lot smaller than I was picturing. Like, you know, one of those comically
Yeah.
huge dinner tables where like you had to yell to talk to the person across the table
Yeah.
from you, and like much more old fashioned with, you know, servants.
Okay, Ethan looks like he's got a mustache here. Not something that I noticed before.
I think that's a shadow.
Oh, it's a shadow. Well, he has really nice hair also.
Or like maybe I think it might be some of Kate's hair that has
maybe it's-
gotten onto his upper lip.
Oh, I was just sorry. We were just kissing. Yeah, his hair is really
Oh,
nice.
he has like a beard. Yeah, he has like a beard.
Oh, I was
you're
right.
right.
Hey, yeah,
Well,
that's
he
weird.
is in construction. He's more of a roughneck type, not like Christian.
Yeah. Kate looks nothing like I imagined.
Yeah,
Yes.
she looks very momly.
She looks actually just like she's blonde and not strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
Something I didn't understand was why they put the camera behind Dr. Gray's head. It looks like
She's the matriarch.
sure, but how that
Probably
how that feels
because
for the story?
because this is the first time you see everybody except her, who you see earlier when she's in Christian's apartment.
But it looks like the pressure is being put on her. She's making some kind of announcement or something. Like
She might be.
I suppose.
She's
maybe.
the matriarch. She's the one who's like in
Measles
control
again?
of this
Oh, yeah,
household. Yeah.
Maybe she's about to talk about vaccination.
Yeah.
Or she has just finished talking about
I'm
vaccination.
sure you're all
Thank
wondering
goodness.
why I called you here.
Thank goodness we're all vaccinated. She says, staring intently at Kate and Anastasia, like, you're vaccinated, right?
Okay, but anyways, the best looking person in the shot is Mia because she has the goodest of looks. She is the number one fashion. That's
Yes.
a really good
Yeah.
dress, that's a really good bangle, that's a really good haircut, and she looks good too, and she looks good.
Yep.
The color balance, I feel like this is correctly done for this shot. Thank God. I don't know if I just really hate cold color compositions. They're just so fucking boring. When they light up Dornan's face properly, this is the shot specifically I'm talking about, where he looks like more like Mystery Man. Like that's really what they should have been going for, rather than making him look like bad all this, or not bad, but look childish all the time. Anyways, then he goes for the gold, and this note was he goes for the fold, so he goes for the fold.
Talking about
And-
are you talking about her
he's trying to
vagina?
he's trying to go for the fold and a little bit.
He's okay. To explain what she's talking about, he's putting her hand on her thigh and moving it up under the table while
other
they're
words-
eating dinner with their family.
Right, and she turns
Hurry.
around and is like,
Like,
"No,
"Ah,
Christian."
What?
Her, what are you doing? But her acting is really good here, and also she looks good here. Like this is what I mean when like they should have been making her look a little bit more like his age. Like
I
They
think
look
this is.
right
I think this
now.
is her. You know, they're. I think they're
Blossoming.
really, trying for that blossoming thing.
well, it's very overt. So good job, I guess. But anyways, so I think that Dakota Johnson's a really good actor. I'm really pleased with her. We get some glimpses of Man Candy. And this explains, by the way, earlier I was like, why does he look so weird in a suit? But now it's obvious to me. Jamie Dornan has a really muscular trunk, but he chose not to work on his like his neck and shoulders, or he just doesn't like get muscle there. Like, so the muscles on his trunk, they're like, there's a lot of them. Like, they're really emphasized. Like, he's got these like nice little man hams. He's got like big 6-pack, kind of like weird turtle shell, like stands out. But his upper, like his face and shoulders, he just looks like a guy. So that's really hard when your shoulders don't if you're a man and your shoulders are not bigger and they don't like draw attention, but the rest of you does, you look like a little cylinder kind of.
Yeah, he doesn't have a V shape. Like his torso doesn't taper.
But I think maybe he chose not to have a V shape because it could have easily been that he didn't do crunch day repeatedly, and he worked on his delts. So what I'm saying is, bro, work on your fucking delts. I mean, like, he looks good. Like, I would never say that he doesn't, but it's just that he's unbalanced as far as, like, a fashion silhouette goes. And also, the reason I think this is the case is that, like, since Jamie Dornan is an actor who has to do different roles other than Kristen Grey, he may want to hide that physique at times, and so if you have, like, a thinner neck and, like, slimmer shoulders, that's a really good way because, nobody will notice if you cover it up with a shirt.
Yeah,
so.
He definitely doesn't look that muscular in other shots.
Because of that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So we see the cigarette burns a little bit.
Yeah, so we do. Yep. I completely forgot because I wasn't watching in 1080p when I watched this.
They're very subtle. I'm glad they didn't, like, just,
Did they ever
nasty.
say specifically, like, where they are? Like, in
Not really.
how they're arranged or anything?
They do a little bit in 50 Shades Darker, maybe? I feel like Anna counts them. Or something.
Because I was hoping that whoever like was doing the makeup for that would just make them like the Fist of the North Star scars.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyways, so we get some man-hand action, but I really like the hinges on the chest of drawers. I think that's a cool looking. I sort of like the overall like aesthetic in here. Weirdly enough, I thought it was great.
Oh, there's a shot of Anna's fingers.
Yeah,
it's very nicely lit. I feel it's very warm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I mean like warm skin. Once again, that looks really pretty. She's not wearing stupid lipstick in this shot. Thank you, God. Like her lipstick tones have been bad at times.
Enlighten me then.
There's a shot of them looking at each other. There's a shot of the glider. I think this looks pretty good. He like looks really good in this shot.
Yeah. Like real good. Like delicious. She looks good too. She's kind of like ho ho ho. It's like she's not as cool. Fun. She is having fun. It's cute.
Then there's a shot of him taking his shirt off and leaning down and staring at Anna. I think he's talking about how his tastes are so singular, and then.
My taste is so singular.
We couldn't figure out where this shot took place. What room this was. This isn't the Red Room.
I think that we determined it was the hotel in Georgia.
Yeah, it's the hotel in Georgia. There is also a thing that has never been more apt, and we need to talk about it. He looks just like Jojen Reed from Game of Thrones, right here at 140.
You're right, he does.
Just check that.
I don't remember which character that is, but
he takes Bran to the north.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember who that is either.
He's like a wildling. Okay, Bran is the guy with Hodor. Hodor.
Okay, maybe I don't know.
You can Google it later.
I'm sure I will.
And then we have Sad Dakota, who once again is a good actor here. She does a good job. Enlighten me then, and she delivers it completely American, which made me happy.
She is American.
Like, I know, but like she wasn't like enlighten me then. Like
oh, I see.
She's like, enlighten me then. Like, that sounds, it's more, the intonation's correct.
Yeah. In the trailer, this is hinting at his BDSM-ness. What this actually is him about to talk about the abuse.
Yeah.
His mom being a crack whore. Which is interesting juxtaposition. So next, there's the shot of the key going in the lock. I like the suit here.
I like the shot a lot, and and at 149, it's a shot where everyone looks good right after he opens the door. This is the shirt I was talking. Yeah, that is actually. The fashions make Anastasia in particular like really flattering to her body type and everything. This is the shirt we were talking about earlier in the elevator. Yeah. The sleeves are cool. You can see that now. Christian, also extremely flattered. And finally, he's looking creepy enough for me to believe that this truly is Christian Grey.
When they showed this on live television, this is where the trailer ended. And it's sort of, could be framed away that something really fucking horrible is behind this door.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of dead bodies or, mannequinized ladies.
Yeah, she looks like pretty, like...
This is a room of facehugger eggs.
Okay, yes. But next.
Yes, okay.
151.
There's a shot of hands in the leather cuffs.
Yes, and by the way, I had to pause so much just to look at those cuffs. Like, I could not time it right. Because it's there only for a second.
They're very nice cuffs. They're the leather kind with D-rings and padding. But I don't like the color scheme.
Yeah, me too.
It looks like they're black with beige padding on the inside, which I don't like at all.
I thought it was brown and gold. I'm looking again.
I think they're black. And then there's like a kind of a beige or taupe maybe on the lining, and it's also probably on the inside. I don't know. I just think that's a really lame color combo.
Maybe you're right. They look brown and gold to me.
The D-rings are gold, which is kind of... I feel like you don't see... most of the cuffs I see are silver.
Yeah, I was going to say,
metal parts.
The gold doesn't feel very, very, like, classic BDSM, but I sort of like that. Like, I like these. I just don't like brown in general on anything I wear, basically. I see. But if you wanted to wear it out in person and not be like, oh, that's a sub, or oh, that's a dom, like, you would want to go with that color combo. And I think that's kind of... I believe that's what this movie is trying to do, not be like, this is hardcore BDSM, because, like, they don't use, like, the classic colors and things that you would think of.
Okay, next shot is Anna fingering some floggers, and she... Okay, so these are very nice implements. Good job, I guess, going all out on that. He's got, from right to left, he's got a black horsehair flogger, a lighter colored horsehair flogger, which I've never used one. I always thought that doesn't seem like it would be very painful, but maybe it is. I don't know. The next is what's called a dragon's tongue. It's like kind of this curled up sheet of leather, and it you hit the person with the corner of it, and it can be very painful, and it leaves little triangles. Some people call it the Dorito maker. And then the last thing is a sort of more classic flogger, though it's on, rather than being directly attached to the handle, it's on like a little, I don't know what you call that, kind of like a link, a chain link. It might be for Florentine flogging, which is where you have one in each hand, and you kind of alternate them so that they're being hit basically all the time. There's not any... Because while you take one away, the other one is hitting.
Yeah, it's like beep, 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 beep. Like,
yeah.
If the bees are the hits.
See, next there's a riding crop going over her back. I think it's a nice shot.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful shot. And I think, again, like Chad said last time, he will say that it's not very creative. I'm like, perhaps it's not. But there are many things to like about it.
There's the shot of Anna taking her shirt off in the mirror.
Yeah, it's
dropping shirts, and Christian's looking kind of like...
She's dropping trial.
Jamie Dornan's face looks really, really
good.
It
does. Like, I mean, it's...
Looks like
he's like seething, man. It's just two attractive people in a bathroom. I don't really... It's pretty by the book shot.
Like the way that his face is like partially in profile there makes his facial structure look...
Yeah, and he's like kind of squinty as well.
This bathroom is entirely marble. It must be very expensive.
Very expensive.
Or it's just all marble, like paneling, and it's not even real marble. It's just vinyl.
I want to again draw your attention to the fact that their skin tones are both done well, and nobody looks like a zombie. That is what they should have done for the whole film. And then,
shot of Christian carrying Anna down the hallway.
Yeah, and I just have to stop us all and say, like, is this like a house, a real actual house that somebody lives in? Because it looks so boring, and it looks like nobody touches anything here or lives here. Like, it just looks like so sterile.
I can't get paused on this fucking shot.
153.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard to get there without skipping over it. There we go.
This is supposed to be Christian's apartment, right? Or is this... Yeah,
it's so ugly.
Oh, obviously, because he's in the BDSM genes.
Okay, I want to talk about this tie.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually reminds me. There are no shots of the iconic tie in this trailer.
You're right. That's interesting. It does seem like they're saving a lot of stuff.
Yeah, saving it. Exactly.
Yeah, I think they are. There actually is, I think, a very, very brief glimpse at the plum dress, but only the straps on the shoulder, or like the shoulders.
Okay.
Because like when Anna's hands, when you were talking about her hands being the warmth of that shot, she's wearing a dark colored dress.
Interesting.
There. So.
Okay, well, I was gonna say about that wrist shot. It's at 153. Wrist is tied. I think it's a really pretty shot, but looking at this more, it actually looks like it might be a really dangerous tie. Like, especially if she tries to pull out of it, it looks like it would cut off her circulation, maybe. I'm familiar, like, I know how you do a basic shibari cuff, and you need to, like, it's not tying it off, but you need to tuck the ropes that are in use under part of it, and then it stays rigid. It doesn't, like, slide. So, like, what's going on there? Can you explain, Cherry?
Okay, so this is during the Thomas Tallis fuck scene. Anna is tied to a brass ring. So it looks like it's just a horse hitch around her wrist. Where's some yarn? Okay. I can't really tell what's going on exactly with the part that actually on the top of her wrist there that she's holding. But I think it looks like it's just a horse hitch, and if she pulls away, then it can...
That's not what the tie is called, though. That's just a cuff. Yeah. I'm saying, like, the ring looks like a horse hitch.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what's around her hand as well.
Oh, really? No kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Like okay, so you take a thing.
Sure.
And then you have the
right now.
You put your hand through the loop and the rope, and then you grab the loop over the two strands, and you've got a little circle where the strands go through the loop. You put your hand in the thing, in the hole there, and then you've got a tie. But that tie, if you pull it, it just gets tighter.
It's a slip knot. Yeah, so you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Like, if she pulls away from that brass ring, she's gonna just, like, it's gonna get really tight.
Yeah. It might cut off circulation really bad, and then you have to go to the hospital. Don't do that.
It does not look like any tie that I've seen in proper BDSM.
Same. But it is a pretty shot. Okay, and then she has the most boring orgasm on the planet.
She arches off the back of the leather bed, and we said that
the leather.
Yeah, it's not one sheet like I thought.
Yeah, it's got a seam on it.
The hugest cow, it's got a seam.
Yeah, it wasn't a cow or an elephant. It's seamed together leather.
That's the end of the trailer.
Yeah, and then it's just like 50 Shades of Grey, like, hit us up on Twitter, like, I don't care, no one cares, it's over.
Everybody cares, though.
I guess everyone does.
This is, I wonder if anyone has analyzed this as much as we have.
I bet they have.
Probably 50 Shades fans, but not as critically.
Yeah.
Well,
anything else?
Anything else? Are we excited? Are we going to go see the movie together for February? I'm going to get a plane ticket and come see you guys so we can see this movie together.
Yes, I think that'll be a lot of fun, even if it's so boring like Chad's afraid of.
I have a feeling it's going to be incredibly boring.
You can focus on eating some popcorn.
That's right.
Oh, you're teasing me.
What? No.
Oh, well, I did eat a lot of popcorn the other night, but
is that what that was?
No, I was just saying you can focus on eating some Alamo Drafthouse food, but then I was like, oh, he just had popcorn.
Oh, you guys.
The first time I had
take
like
me to the Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah, of course. I hope if they're showing it, I hope they are.
Is this a date?
Podcast date.
Oh, this is sweet. Date. Okay, well, I'm excited.
I mean, I'm still gonna pay attention even if it's boring. I think, like, the main thing is that, like, my final thoughts are that relating to, like, why I think it's gonna be boring. I don't remember if I said this in the blind thing, but the trailer is very, very, very like concisely put together to feel dramatic,
but even
and, like, foreboding.
Yeah.
But nothing dramatic happens in the trailer except for the part where Christian pushes Jose, which is overly melodramatic compared to what happens in the book, and so, like, there's no actual conflict presented in this trailer. Nothing at all that would hint at, like, any sort of a story, really, other than the fact that they're going to hook up.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. You put it perfectly.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks. See you
later.
Laters,
baby.
Laters, baby.